Oh, there we go. There's our bite. What is going on, y'all? We're out here today on Saunders Lake in Coos County, Oregon. They take their excess steelhead that we get on our steelhead runs that they trap in some of the fish traps, and they bring them to here so that trout anglers so pretty much anyone can catch them. So that is our mission today. Not our full mission. We are going to be looking for some bedding bass. Hopefully get some of those pre-spawn. I've never fished this for bass, so wish me luck on that. It's a new lake for me, so hopefully we can get on some fish. Stay tuned. I think if I can get out to this spot, there's a lay down tree. There's some lay down trees over here. I'm really thinking that spot. Right off the road, looks like a good bedding spot. I don't know about this in here. Looks all shallow. There's some spots in here, but nothing really looks good. Oh, if the water was just a little bit lower, we could get out on that. Hey, you said you got back on those train tracks? From... Wait, what? Oh, it's filled. That's why I was going to the train tracks. You can't fish anywhere because there's so many people. Sketchy ass road. Looks like someone's driveway. I'll call you if I hook in anything. But looks like we are walking some train tracks today. Seems pretty sketch. Hopefully a train doesn't come by. This looks like a nice little hole. Looks like someone's already fished here in the past. And what we got here is we got my summer steelhead pole. I tend to use this for like steelhead waters that aren't really rough, rapidy, stuff that you don't need a big 6 or 8'6" heavy action pole. This is about a like 7.5 foot, pretty dang light. I'll tell you what, perfect for something like this, big enough where you'd be able to still not be worried about losing these fish, but not super bulky and big like a shark pole out here. And what I do is I have a blue fox on here at number 4. I'm just casting it out and reeling in, casting out and reeling in. Okay, so been a little while. Things have been pretty windy and chilly, so I'm just gonna. I've came down to this nice little deep pocket, away from the wind. Just gonna throw on some power bait. Seen it in a lot of my other videos of how to set that up. We're just gonna hook into a trout, or hopefully try to. They tend to be pretty easy to, but you never know. Huh, this is really boring. I should have brought a chair. I've seen a sheriff go into the park. I'll be on check licenses. Dude, look at that big ass, oh, it's fake. I was gonna say, look at that big ass geese, dude. That thing is massive. But it's fake. This video is gonna be pretty boring if it goes how it is. I figured, because they tend to release the fish right at that boat launch, so I was hoping some of these fish would have hit these pockets I've been hungry enough to bite some power bait. Cause I threw my spinner out earlier and I wasn't really getting any falls or anything. So I figured bottom fishing might be the way to go. Even if they're just catching these little trout that they put in here. Dang, yeah, I want to put my jacket on, but I don't, because then I got to take my GoPro off, put it over my jacket. See my line? It's gradually going off, but it's this fucking wind behind me pushing my line. That's why I tend to, in windy situations, I tend to have a tight line, but this is kind of windy and then not windy. Oh, there we go. There's our bite. That's what we've been waiting for, boys. It's just a little trout. Oh, it's a bigger trout. Don't get off. Don't get off. I should really tighten my drag. Oh, this might be a little steelhead. He's all wrapped up in the bushes. No, it's just a big stalker. There we go, boys. We've been out here, what, 30 minutes and we got one. We're taking you home. Let's measure it before I do that, actually, because if this is over 20 inches, I'm gonna throw it back. Because you're only allowed to keep one fish over 20 inches. And if I hook a big steelhead, I don't want to. Yep, this is under. It's getting kept. And I usually would just try to take them out with one good hit, but dang, dude, he bit this perfect. Ow. Sharp teeth on him. Yeah, I'm stoked. It's not as big of one that we would like, but it's one. And how you properly bleed one of these is you want to go right behind the gills and cut their gills. This will properly bleed your fish. You won't get that real bloodline like you usually do. That's a beauty. See, it's got some of these weird parasites on it. I've noticed these at some of the lakes around here. I don't know what they are. It's not sea lice, some sort of like maggot worm stuff. And the cool thing about, like, see, ODFW stocks this, and they put trout in here, but they also put steelhead that are actually, like, what am I trying to say? Ocean run steelhead that aren't just like hatchery raced. And, well, they are hatchery, but they're sea run, like they're actually go out to the sea and come back. And they actually stock those in here. So this is not one of those. This is just a bigger, one of the trophy rainbow trout that they stock in here. But they actually do have big sea run steelhead. And you technically, what's cool about it is you would have to tag it. If I was, because I fish the same spot that they take these fish from and put them in here, I fish that same creek. So if I was to catch that fish on that creek, I would have to tag it as one of my steelhead. But since it has been put into a lake, it is considered a trout. One thing you got to take into consideration, though, is you're only allowed to keep, in Oregon, one trout over 20 inches per day. And I think up to like 3 in possession or something. I don't know the exact. I don't really keep any big trout other than this one. So tend not to look into that too much. I'm not really a trout fisherman. More steelhead and salmons and bass. Definitely the bass. I'm not seeing too much to play with here. Maybe this. This should work, hopefully. Boom, ba, bing. Just stick it through his little gills. We're not gonna get them too far. I know the water's cold enough that you can keep them in there. During the summer, you wouldn't want to do this. You'd want to have a cooler with ice or anything. Cooler with ice would definitely be ideal for summer. Because our summers aren't the hottest here, but some days can get pretty hot. Checking my stuff, make sure I haven't got any frays and it's good enough to catch into another fish.